Hi everyone, Catherine here from very sunny South Australia. It is actually meant to be about 39 degrees out there, which makes it really, really hot for us. So I've got the air conditioning going and the fan going, so it's really cool inside, which is great. Got the door closed too, which is fine. I did start this before, but I wasn't sure how it was going to go because I didn't know how it was going to pick up voice, an external microphone somewhere in here. Anyway, on the laptop. And I did a test before, and it worked out perfectly. So fantastic. Webcam is up on the top of the laptop, not on the actual screen. So I better watch that. Anyway, don't need to wear the earphones. Hey, which is good because they hurt my ears sometimes. Especially when I'm wearing the glasses. But I'm not wearing them now, so they tend to reflect the screen too much. So I'm not going to be doing that now. I don't remember whether I did that in the last room. Never mind. Anyway, this month I've been focusing on two different computer games. Yeah, I know, two. But the one I've actually been focusing on the most, well, both sort of half-half. But the one I've been focusing on most, the one I've been getting the most enjoyment out of, is a game called Sacred Number 2. It's the second out of the series of three so far. First two are really, really good. Third one is not so good, so don't even look at that. It's not even anything to do with the series. Just takes up the name Sacred and it says number 3. So it's not anything actually to it's nothing really similar to the first two. Anyway, so Sacred Number 2. I will do this for both number 1 and 2 because they're basically more or less the same. Depending on the actual version or pack you actually have a selection of either 6 or 7 characters. The one I've got has actually got 7, so which is really, really cool because sometimes there's a little bit too much of a choice, but this one you can actually choose it, and I like to randomize things. So choose the first character. You can basically randomize how they look, the color of their skin, hair, etc., etc., and you get a little bit of a little follower around, which comes in handy when you play the game a little bit further and further. So, the mechanics of the game is really your character, this big open world. I think somebody's actually measured the world, and I'm not sure. I can't remember how big the actual world is, but it is basically an open world, and basically you can go anywhere. There's no loading screens. There's basically just walk anywhere, kill whatever you want within reason, and yes, there's a lot of quests. So basically, to summarize the game, you've got it's an open world character. It's a sort of a simulation because you can create your simulate character, strategy, adventure, action, questing, role-playing game. So it's basically got all the mechanics that you can actually build up your character. So it's a character building game, and you get stronger and stronger as the game goes on. Good thing is, though, that the actual enemies get stronger and stronger as you go along too. So you're actually finding enemies that are more or less relative strength to your character as they go on in the game. So the weapon system and the armor system, they also go with your character as well. So the stronger your character, the better weapons and armors that you find. So you can basically better defend yourself against the attacks and actually attack better with what you have. The more weapons, the better attack you have. Now the actual sorry, just check the time there. Now the way you go about it is there's towns. There's a lot of towns in the system, and you can actually ask people, or people can contact you for quests and certain things that they want you to do. Yes, there's fetch quests. Yes, there's escort quests. And the worst thing is, most of the escort quests, unless they're actually story specific, yeah, you got to keep them alive, which is really, really tricky at times, especially one that fail every single bloody time. But never mind, it's all fun. So you got to keep your finger on that potion button to get them alive again. Okay, so yes, they got the what do you call, cliche question mark on their head, saying pick me, I'm more important than every single other person. There's 6 or 7 others, but hey, pick me, I'm first, Yes, all right, you go to them, and yeah, describe my person. They're just over there. But you could have done that yourself, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, more experience, more coins, more stuff that you can use to buy with. Now there's a difference. You can actually choose. You can actually do quests specific to the character, specifically to whether you're a good or an evil character, or you can do specific quests, just side quests or whatever. Sometimes you can't actually progress through the story unless you do specific other quests, but you get them. You get them. So you can either focus just on the main quest, or you can focus on the side quests up until the point where you can't actually focus on them anymore, and you have to go through to the main quest. Different colors depending on the character you are, blue, orange, yellow, green, or whatever. Anyway, you find out during the game anyway. So there are literally thousands upon thousands of different people that you can interact with and actually have conversations. You can actually go down to a level, you zoom in and actually hear them speak to each other, nice and happy and cheerful, and just bugger off on their own way. Or they can be really, really rude, not rude, but inconsiderate or inappropriate to each other, and just go, hi, bye, and just bugger off in the most cheerful way. It's like, oh, it's so good to see you. It's like, yeah, whatever, bugger off. Anyway, so that's all fun. And then you get musicians. You can actually hear the musician, a flute player, guitar, sounds like an electric guitar player in most of the cities. And he's basically, if you get to a certain point and you see a specific quest, he's actually playing a specific song from the game, which is really, really good. A specific song made for the game, or no, I don't know whether it's actually made specifically for the game or made on a request by somebody who matched the game. Anyway, it's a good game. Oh, hell yeah, it's a great game. You can spend hours just traveling around and around the city, destroying people, not destroying, killing enemies and bandits and building up your character to a point where you're basically immortal and nothing can bug you. And then you get to the final boss and all goes to whatever. So, it's been a long time since I've actually played all through the game. Yes, there is an ending, but with the replay value and the respawning value, it is actually a game that is virtually limitless. And you basically just go ahead and do whatever you like, really. So, Sacred 1 and 2 are really, really good. They are very similar. They play exactly the same way. Number 3 I don't even know what they were thinking when they created number 3. It has nothing to do with the first and second games. It's just basically going around, levels, killing things. You kill things, you go up a level. Kill things. That's not that's not what Sacred's all about. It's not just about killing things. It's about developing your character, doing stuff for people, earning a reputation. Yeah, you can see the difference between people. People actually bow to you and clap to you in the cities when you walk through them. When you got a certain reputation. Now that is really cool. So, anyway, is it a good game? Oh hell yeah! It's a really, really cool game. Um, it is limited. I mean, in those big boss fights, you have to actually keep your trigger finger on the potion button, whatever you got for the health potion button, really, really quickly. Because especially if you get overwhelmed, you can lose your health very quickly. But you basically, there's no penalty. You don't lose anything. You don't lose any experience or anything. You just go back to the last checkpoint or the last game save, and go from there, really. So yeah, there's no penalties. It's just really, really game where you just go for it, do whatever you want, follow whoever you want, and just have a lot of fun. That's Sacred for you. Like I said, 1 and 2 perfect. 3, forget about it. Anyway, so that's the game I've been focusing on this month. There's a lot more to it, but go on a little bit too much because I tend to rabble on a little bit. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Anyway, thank you for listening and watching, and I'll see you all on the flip side. Bye.